from Web Marketing Watch, and today it gives me great pleasure to be here with my man Greg Haberman. He is the Vice President of Web Marketing here at SageRock.com, and the reason I wanted to have Greg sit in on this session is because Greg and I are doing a class at the upcoming Search Engine Strategies in Chicago. Now, if you've ever been to one of these Search Engine Strategies conferences, you know that throughout the week there are a series of sessions that are about, what, an hour and a half each or something like that? Yep. Well, at the end of the week, on Friday, there are two segments, one from 8 o'clock to noon, and then another one from 1 to 5, that they're 4-hour classes, in-depth learning of a variety of topics. And from the 1 to 5 session, Greg and I are going to be speaking on local search, and the title is Think Global, Act Local. And this is going to be an in-depth discussion and how-to of what you should be doing from a local search perspective. So, Greg, can you give us a summary of what local search is and what does that mean?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go too in-depth because that's why they should sign up for the class.
That's true.
But, essentially, local search is like regionally targeting advertisements for your clientele, and the search engines can now accurately place where a person's coming from, like when they're doing their searches online, and if you know that bit of information, it can really help you to target in and hone your advertising message. So we're going to be discussing the difference between national sort of campaigns in PPC versus local campaigns, all the different local search engines that are available, who's using them, what are different ways of looking at this, different ways of approaching your clients by this way, and
yeah. So why does it matter? I mean, why is this of any interest at all? Why would anybody want to get involved in local search?
I don't know.
Or what's reason number 2?
Well, all right. We all know, in this, in the world of PPC, that you can get a great return on your investment if you speak directly to who you're trying to advertise to. And so there's lots of small businesses that just have local bases. They're branded, but maybe only branded locally. So doing things on a national basis probably aren't going to be the most beneficial. They're not going to get the greatest return for their money. However, if they can target to where they're available to service, their service areas, or if they're a brick and mortar shop and they can target towards areas where they want to be seen or where people can come visit their stores, that can drastically increase their ROI. Additionally, large companies across the board are more and more trying to present themselves as a local, hey, you know me type of company, even though they might be huge, a Fortune 500 company. They're still trying to present themselves as neighborly. Their offices are made up of local people, that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of local advertising for the big people as well. So there's room for everybody in this market.
Yeah. So what it amounts to is you're talking to a very specific, regionally oriented person, and just simply put, they convert better.
There you go.
And so that's really why local search is so cool, and that's why the search engines are into it.
Right.
Because
you have to know what you're doing though in order to make it work for you, because you can't just be oh, okay, I'm a local guy, I'm going to do local stuff and expect it to be better. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with a whole bunch of bad public access, infomercial type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to do a lot for you.
Yeah.
But hopefully in this class we'll be able to bring it all around, bring it together, give you a complete overview, and then get down and dirty with how to do things right.
Yeah. So what you're really saying is you can't just take your national campaign and slap a geographic modifier on it and be like, poof, there you go. It's a little more complicated than that.
Exactly. I mean, you can, but not if you want the best return for your dollar.
Yeah, right, exactly. If you really want those people to buy.
Exactly. Lord knows that there's like plenty of people out there just doing that kind of crap, but
Yeah.
it's not going to work for you as well as like the stuff that we're going to be able to tell you will work for you.
Yeah, and we do a lot in local, actually, in our area, and that's why we're doing the class, because we spend a lot of time in the local world, and there are some tips and tricks that I think we can use that will help you make your local campaigns really top-notch. All right, Greg, well, thanks so much for hanging out with me today.
Thank you, Sage.
My pleasure. All right, everybody, so if you're thinking about local search, if you are targeting people in a specific regionality, check this class out. I mean, this stuff is really hot and really viable. We're going to show you conversions, examples of what has worked, what hasn't worked. It's going to be a real how-to, hands-on kind of class, and I think you're going to get a ton out of it. And besides, man, we're fun. I mean, that's going to be a fun 4 hours.
Yes, it is.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
That's right. I wonder what region that's from. All right, everybody. So that you can go check that out at searchenginestrategies.com.
We were waiting to use that the whole time.
That's right. It was building up. You'll get other dialects from me as well, I'm quite sure, as the day goes on. So go over to searchenginestrategies.com. Check out the Chicago conference. It's on December 7th in Chicago at the Chicago Hilton, and that's on the Friday there. It's the search training classes, Friday, December 7th, 2007. See, that's good luck, right? All right, everybody, I hope to see you there. This is Sage Lewis with Greg Haberman, and from Web Marketing Watch, and happy marketing!